Hello everybody, it's Curtis, and I am starting up on my Reddit challenges with the new video series. This first one that I did is week 12, and what that is you have to crash into the moon with a rocket made completely out of solid boosters. So with the technology that I have, that would be these big long white ones that you see right here. Also, it'd be the smaller ones that have the little yellow tag on it, and then the Separatrons. So not a whole lot, but the moon's really not that far away. So if you have enough, might as well. You can make it. So what I'm doing here is because the yellow boosters there, I'm going to call them yellow boosters because for some reason I don't remember their names off the top of my head. What are they called? Yeah, whatever. I went through it too fast. Anyways, I'm going to use those as my fine tuning boosters, which in space is not very fine. It's actually extremely coarse. But it gets the job done. And then I'm going to use the huge solid boosters to get me out of the atmosphere pretty much. Since there's so much power in these types of rockets, I'm going to only do two starting out. And we'll just see what happens. Also, this is new me, by the way. The new asteroid thing came out, the asteroid intercept or redirect mission, or whatever the hell they call it, came out. I do want to make a video on that later, but Reddit probably already has a challenge. Oh, but I haven't been back on the boards in a while. I just kind of copied and pasted. The first few videos that I'm doing are going to be on the first 50 weeks, and then there will be a second set of videos on the next 50 weeks or whatever. I'm sure that I will get to the asteroids one of these days. It's just not going to be anytime soon. I am personally playing around on it, but it's not going to be video worthy for a while. And what you guys will see will be some of my beginning stuff. It just I want to try and get as many obligations that I've already promised out the door before I can start working on other stuff. Okay, so I'm putting bracing in because bracing is your friend, and if you guys saw any of my old videos, especially the Reddit challenge for a Christmas tree, you'll know that I put bracing on just about everything. The struts are my life. So this first rocket that I'm making is it's pretty simple, and I went with the unmanned probe top because as I said before, I want to try and make everything as realistic as possible. So if anything explodes, Kerbals are going to die. And so I want to try and keep the death toll down to a minimum. Alright, so we're going to put a couple of these doohickeys on here. And that should be pretty stable, right? Checking the staging. Put everything where it's supposed to go. I'll go ahead and combine these. The less stages you have, the better. There's just automatically less clutter. Unless for some reason you're doing it in terms of timing, Alright. Doesn't look bad. Now all of my my launches are going to be nighttime, or most of them, I assume, because that's when the moon is closest to us, and that would be the smart thing to do. All right, so liftoff looks pretty good so far. anything going wrong. All in all, I'm kind of pleased so far. Side note for New Curtis, I actually ended up going through quite a few launches. Sorry, that was my phone. I went through quite a few launches doing this, and the fact of the matter is once boosters get into space, they do a lot of damage. And by a lot of damage, I mean their power is so strong in terms of their size that the fine-tuning idea that I had was just absolutely ludicrous. Okay, so first stage done. You know, speeding through, not doing too bad. Everything seems to be okay. Hitting 10,000. Gonna go ahead and go into my turn. New Curtis, by the way, turning with solid boosters, not exactly the smartest thing. Also, trying to fly this like it's a standard rocket instead of just a huge computer on top of thousands of pounds of fuel, I guess. It's not very... Oh, shit. Sorry, pardon my French. Okay, so I just found the first thing that's going to be a problem with this launch. I have no power. Power is going to end up dropping, like, way before anything else happens. And I just realized boosters don't give you electricity. So, that's a problem. I wonder how far I'll be able to get. I mean, I'm chugging along at quite a good speed here, so it's, you know, it can't be that bad. But yeah, that power is really sucking down that. Wow, that's actually not really that fantastic. I figured my apoapsis would be a little bit higher than what it is. Okay. God. Yeah, that energy's going entirely too fast. I mean, I could drop the SAS, but yeah, it's, you know, pennies for an idea. Wow. Okay, looks like we've got another problem. My G-forces are going up. I mean, thankfully I don't have any Kerbal pilots, so that's, you know, not going to be a huge problem. And actually, I'm gaining a lot of altitude. Really fast. And what the hell just happened? Overheating. Does that have to do with the G-force? Well, that's just a pain in the ass. Okay, well, let's go ahead and move some of this apart. It seems to me that we're going to need some more rockets going this way. Go ahead and add the bracing. And everything now is in 4 times acceleration because from here on out you're just going to see just how horrible life ends up being for me. Okay, so what I did here, I basically just changed around the configuration, and the reason for that is because with that overheating mechanism that I ended up having, I'm afraid that it was because I pulled the G-forces. So I'm going to try and get as much done so that I can or as much done in the atmosphere as I possibly can before popping the last one or two boosters, because you know, once you're out in space, G-forces don't matter near as much. I wouldn't think. I mean, I know that Kerbal has a gravitational pull that's, you know, strong. I don't know if it's equivalent to Earth or not. Also, I went ahead and changed it so that I actually had a node going to where I'm supposed to be going. Alright. A couple stages are off. Figure, you know, as long as you're pointing your nose at the node, everything will go off without a hitch, right? Yeah, I'll find out later that doesn't happen. And as you can see, while I'm flying from now on, like all of the every single stage is going to get a few seconds break to slow down the overheating. And I'm finally out in the atmosphere, but my G-forces keep going up. Alright, everything looks good. Just have the one. And see, G-force is cranking again. Overheating. Maybe it's because the thing's right on there. I don't know. So, and I also realized, you know, I still hadn't fixed the power issue. So, doing that. Doesn't it look so pretty? Yeah. You know, and I think maybe it's just that thing. Maybe if I put Kerbals in instead, it'll be better. All right, that'll work. Let's get a dumb one. So you know, Kerbals can be dumb, and that's okay. But we do want to separate the wheat from the chaff, as it were. You know. Maybe, you know, with later missions, we just want the right stuff flying these things. And then on top of that, this is kind of a suicide mission anyway, hence the whole reason why I don't have the parachute on here. Alright, so launch seems to be going good, except for the fact that my staging was bad. And there we go. Hindsight being what it is, I realize I probably could have saved this guy, and it's not something I'm going to be able to do anymore because I didn't put a parachute on. And death roll! There we go. If we can just write this thing up. You know, the gimbaling on a rocket is not fantastic, if non-existent. So always clean your space. That's something I always try to do. Sometimes I leave a few things out, but you know, that's whatever. Okay, so change the staging and get another dummy. That actually reminds me of You Don't Know Jack, the Who's the Dummy? It's great stuff. Anyways, alright, next launch. Not so bad yet. Go ahead and position myself towards... Maybe I should add some Separatonets to those. Anyways, position myself towards glory and honor and all things that way, whatever. I'm finding it hard to turn. Oh, let's reposition ourselves a little bit. Yeah, I keep pushing down. I don't remember why that was happening, but it's kind of annoying. I'm sure it has something to do with the speed at which I'm, you know, launching these things and whatever, but the aerodynamics of a stick is not utterly fantastic. Fantastic. Get it? Alright. Moment of truth. We'll wait until we get a little bit higher into the atmosphere. Alright. G's are going up. See what... Ah! It's still working! Didn't make it. So it's not G's. And that's as close as I get. Also, again, could have used a parachute. So what am I going to do instead? Drop them out. Try and live anyway. Consequently, there's another Kerbal challenge where you're supposed to get the guy into EVA and then land him by himself. I'm assuming it's the whole... You can do a deorbit burn, but that's it. I don't know if that's actually feasible anymore with the updates. I'll have to go to the thirds for that. Okay, so this one ended up doing a little bit better, except for right there. And I realized that you guys it's shorter. These are all of my failed attempts. I went back to the satellite probe because I realized I didn't want to keep killing Kerbals. Alright, so that one went far. That one overshot. This one's... Oh, God. And I remember that one was, I ended up getting the movement wrong. Forgot just how powerful those things were. Alright, let's see if we shoot out there. There. Okay. Alright, need just a little too much. I mean, it gets us pretty dang close. But, on to the next one. I don't remember what happened with this one. I think just all over I completely just failed. This one gets me almost there. And by this time, I've started using trons for fine-tuning. But, alas, not close enough. Next one was me just being frustrated. So, as you notice, I'm actually going down in height while I'm speeding up. Speaking over, how come everything hasn't been destroyed by now? Though, on the flip side, it does make for a really cool video. Next one is a separate to make an orbit adjustment. It's going to be a little closer. Fire. And it doesn't do a whole lot. Same for these. It's just so many failures. By this time, I'm doing double shots. It's not doing anything. Next one. So this one here is the money shot. This gets me where I need to go. After, I don't know, I think it ended up being like 30 runs and many different iterations, including extra batteries, because I had one that didn't make it into the cut that would have made it. I actually had the fuel to do it, but I ran out of batteries. And so I wasn't even able to shoot off the rockets because I didn't have any power. So this one actually makes it. It's beautiful. Thank goodness. Weekly challenge number 12 is done in the record books. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Curtis. Watch as I finish destroying this probe in excited spins. Like and subscribe, and I'll be back next week with more Kerbal Space Program and hopefully a few more explosions. Until then, you guys have a great day.